Russian River Campground review. Take one. We're at the Russian River Campground, a Thousand Trails property. There you go.
There's the brochure that comes with it.
Yep. This is in Cloverdale, California, which is in northern Sonoma County. Sonoma County is the same one with, isn't it like Napa and Sonoma are both in there?
No, Napa is its own county, but they're right next to each other, Napa and Sonoma. So we're just a little north of wine country here.
Yeah, just a little bit. So going through our categories, what's first?
The first is the grounds. So we gave that a 4 out of 5. The grounds here are really nice. They're well kept up. Due to a shower issue with our RV, we've actually been using the showers here in the campsite, and they're really nice. I didn't have any problems in the women's bathroom.
Yeah, I would say the only reason it's just not a 5 is it could be, like the bathrooms and stuff could be cleaner. There's spider webs and things everywhere. That's kind of just typical with campgrounds, but
yeah,
like somebody cleans it every day.
Yeah.
You know, wipe the spider webs down. But also, I would say the grounds don't get a 5 too, because I'll tell you what, it is tight through here. They say these are long spots, but there are people coming here in long fifth wheels and camper trailers and RVs, and it is tight.
It is tight. Now, he did say this is a 40-year-old campground. He also said that the sites are supposed to be 30 amps only. Now, we run on 50 amps, and our display showed it at 50 amps, and we were able to run both air conditioners at the same time. Yeah. So it sounds like there might be fluctuations in power depending on what site you're at, because we're definitely pulling more than 30 here, maybe not quite up to 50. The next thing is the site, and that would be like the hookups, the levelness, all that kind of stuff. And we gave that a 4 as well, for one very vague reason, which is my fault for not researching properly ahead of time. I'll let him tell you all about it.
No sewer.
No sewer.
Now they did have, and we didn't know that coming in, and we didn't dump on the way in either. They have a dump station on the way in. I did not even think to check that. Now I know every campground, check to make sure they have full hookups. Or if they don't, just plan for it.
Or just plan for it, yeah.
Yeah, and find out what their contingency plans are, because luckily, you know, we didn't come in totally empty, and we wanted it to drain, and they have a dump service. It's $25, which seemed pretty reasonable for us not have to pack up and go to the dump station. But they come to you, and the site was level.
Oh, yes.
We didn't even use our
Super
blocks.
level. No, we didn't. And it looks like most of the sites are fairly level. Yeah. There's a wide range of sizes and differences. So, but again, Thousand Trails are first come, first serve. Yeah. However, the guy at the front, he knows his stuff, and he knows which spots, which sizes of RVs and trailers can fit into, and he will direct you to one. And make sure that you have the skills to get your rig into it. So he was very specific with Chris, like, can you back up well? Because there's a tree that you need to avoid. And so we were aware of it, and it was fine.
There's lots of trees we need to avoid.
Well, but like one in particular.
The other thing, too, is if you like to set out a big carpet and chairs and stuff under your awning, you got to look at the sites, too, because this one's not really conducive to that. There's an increasing hill right next to us. Now, there's a bunch of space behind the RV where there's a grill and a picnic table, kind of a junky picnic table, but it's a picnic table. So that's a nice space. But if you like to set up under your awning and you've got a very particular setup, then you got to find the right space that'll accommodate that. Some will.
Yeah.
Some will very well.
The ones on either side of us all have awning space, but this one doesn't.
This one just doesn't.
Our awning's broken anyway, so.
Yeah. Lots of issues we're fixing next week.
Yes, next week. Lots of things fixing. Okay, so the next thing is the wildlife and scenery, and we gave that a 5. I wouldn't say we've seen much in the wildlife category, some birds, blue jays and stuff, but the scenery is just beautiful here. We're in the trees, we're shaded all day long, and then we've got the Russian River, like literally like right over there. We can practically hear it from here, and there's a great little beach down there. Like you can kind of swim in it. It's really only up to your maybe mid-thigh at the deepest point, I would say.
Where we were at, there's deeper parts. In that other part.
Yeah. But if you have inner tubes, bring them, because you can float from one side of the beach down to the other side of the beach, or even further if you're not scared. I would be a little scared to go past the beach areas. But it's just beautiful, and the water is nice and clear and cool but not freezing. I can't say enough nice things about being this close to the river. And that's clearly why this is a popular campground too, because there's lots of activity. Some families will set up on the beach down by the river like all day long. Next category is local activities, how close and how many. And I gave this a 4 just because that road is a little bit treacherous getting into Cloverdale, but Cloverdale is quite close. What, maybe 10, 15 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a cute little downtown area, but it is very small. And then if you want to go a little further, you can get to Healdsburg in, 30 minutes probably. Give us a 4. It's really more like a 4.5 because, pretty good location. You can stay here or you can go out.
Yeah, depends on what you want to do. Like our neighbors here, I was just talking to this morning, and they're going on a bike ride. They've got them hooked to the back of their truck, and they're going down to Santa Rosa to go on a bike ride. Yeah, so that's not crazy far away either. Yeah. Ukiah is not that far north. There's a lot of things that if you're going to stay here for a while, there's a good jumping off point for different things.
Yep.
Float? You're not gonna float.
Why not? Why not?
Because you don't float.
Why?
It's by a rock.
I'm not a witch.
What also floats apart from witches? Churches. Very small rocks.
Blood.
A duck.
Connectivity.
Yeah, so I need internet for my job. In the last place we were at, as you saw in our video, the last 1,000 Trails did not have great connectivity. The internet was garbage. The cell signal didn't work very well, and it was difficult.
Yeah.
Here, though, we ended up paying, it's through Jabba Internet, I think it's called, or Jabra, I don't know what it was, but I had to call them to get some things working, but they had a 5 megabits per second and a 10 megabits per second service, and I paid, I think, $36.50 for a monthly access on the 10, and so I need to disconnect that when we leave here.
Mm-hmm.
I need to call
is
them.
that like an auto-charging thing?
Yeah, they're going to charge me next month, too. So
I wonder.
Now, the guy here said that he thought most 1,000 Trails around here did that, but we're not going to be in a 1,000 Trails campground for probably a month.
Yeah.
So we need to reevaluate that and then see. And in fact, when we do stay in another one, maybe we call ahead and say, are you on this one? Because it might be easier just to keep the subscription if we're going to be there
if it rolls
within
over
a month.
from campground to campground, too.
If it does,
We're not sure about that. But
anyway, I was able to do Zoom calls. We had some issues, but when a lot of people are on, but I was able to do my video, Zoom calls, screen sharing, all kinds of stuff. We had to call in our MAC address for the Apple TV, which was great. You get 4 devices. So my computer, my laptop, the Apple TV, and my phone, all on the 10 megabits per second. And with relatively few issues, we were able to stream Hulu, Netflix, with some buffering, but not bad.
Yeah,
not bad.
And then I ended up signing up for the 5 megabit per second one. I needed it from, the stuff that I'm doing too, and that one worked pretty well too. I wasn't streaming anything on that one though, so it was pretty good. But yeah, connectivity definitely gets a 5. Price, like the last 1,000 Trails, we don't really know how much it costs if you just come in to stay here for a night and you aren't part of the network, but for us it was free, so 5.
Yeah, it was free.
Yeah. So. And availability, I'm gonna give this a 4 only because this park is very popular because of the location and how much there is to do here. There's a lot of families here, and if you don't book it ahead of time, you might not be able to get in. I think we got lucky. We must have slipped into somebody's cancellation or something. That's the only reason we were able to get in. Otherwise, it's a very popular, very packed park.
Early July, too.
Yeah.
4th of July weekend this weekend.
So anyway, that's a total of 31 out of 35. So
not
obviously we're definitely recommending this park. It's really nice and everything about it was really great.
Yeah, love it.
Just dump your tanks when you come in if you come in not empty.
and like I said, they do have a dump station.
Yeah.
You'll have to spin around because the dump station is really intended for leaving. Unless you get long hoses, you can run them under the coach, I guess. But looks pretty good. So I definitely want to stay here again if we were coming through. And because we didn't really mention the shade. Like we backed the coach into the spot, and we're at the top end of a loop, so kind of on the apex of the corner. And I set my monitors up on the dash there, and there's only a couple hours in the late afternoon where I've got to lower the shade because the sun is right on the back of my monitors, and that heats them up. But otherwise, I mean, we are almost like 80% shaded almost the entire day long.
Yep.
Yeah, the only thing is we're under a lot of trees, and that provides all the shade. And these like nuts or chestnuts or something keep falling on the top of the coach.
Every once in a while, one will drop, and
we're gonna dump about 100 of them onto the road here the minute we leave. So it's
they fall and roll right off.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, that's it for the Russian River Campground review. From 1,000 Trails. Yep. So check it out.
Check it out and bring your inner tube because you're gonna want to go floating down that river.
That's right.
We didn't have one.
That's
next
right.
time.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
For the next ones.